So when news breaks that a longtime Alabama prospect is considering taking a second look at another program, like Florida State, it's bound to get some attention and raise a few eyebrows. Jabarius Gare, a four-star defensive end in the class of 2027, is one of those rare talents who seems tailor-made to wear the red and white of Alabama. He had already verbally committed to the Tide as early as last July, a decision that seemed like destiny. After all, we're talking about a player who put up some impressive numbers in his sophomore season: 104 tackles, 56 tackles for loss, 21.5 sacks, 4 forced fumbles and 5 pass breakups. For those who follow the sport, those numbers aren't just good, they're insane. They scream player ready for the next level and rank Gare among the best prospects of his generation. But now comes the intriguing part. Despite everything that Alabama represents, and it represents very well, Gare has decided to make room for other programs on his schedule. Among them, curiously, is Florida State, which, by the way, has been working hard to rebuild its prestige on the national scene. He was in Tallahassee in January, participating in a junior day, and scheduled a new visit for March 22nd. This, of course, caught the attention of many analysts and fans. Does FSU really believe it can steal such a coveted recruit from Alabama? It almost seems absurd to think so. First of all, it is important to remember that college recruiting is a game of patience and strategy. It is natural for a young athlete like Gare to explore his options before making a final decision. He plans to visit other college football giants, such as Georgia, Texas A&M and South Carolina, in addition to, of course, returning to Alabama. However, there's something Florida State needs to understand: Alabama isn't just another waypoint in this process. This is a well-oiled machine led by Kalen and his staff that knows exactly how to connect individual talent to collective success. Kalen, since taking the reins at Alabama, has demonstrated a unique ability to keep the program's legacy intact while also modernizing it. He understands that recruiting is about more than empty promises or pretty presentations. It's about building real relationships, showing the path to personal and professional development, and making sure each player knows they'll be surrounded by the best support possible. Jabarius Gare undoubtedly felt this way during his initial connection with Alabama. He knows what it means to be part of a winning culture, where trophies aren't distant dreams, but concrete expectations. On the other hand, it's impossible to ignore the work Mike Norvell has done at Florida State. He's tried to rescue the Seminoles from a turbulent period and, to some extent, has succeeded in creating an interesting narrative to attract young talent. But let's be honest, FSU is still a long way from competing on Alabama's level. Their recent history, compared to the Tide's consistency, simply doesn't provide the same security for an ambitious athlete like Gare. Yes, he may have enjoyed his conversation with Norvell in Tallahassee, but is that enough to convince anyone who has seen what Alabama can offer? Another key point here is Gare's performance on the field. He's a force of nature. His ability to dominate offensive lines and pressure quarterbacks is something straight out of a video game. He's ranked as the number 34 overall prospect, the number 7 edge and the number 2 recruit in the state of Alabama in the class of 2027. These rankings aren't givens, they reflect the transformative potential he can have on a program. And if there's one place where the potential can be maximized, it's Tuscaloosa. Also, it's worth remembering that Alabama doesn't rely on one player to sustain its success. It's a program that operates like an ecosystem, where each piece finds its place and contributes to the whole. Gare, with his aggressive and versatile style, would be a perfect complement to the defensive system that and his staff are building. He wouldn't be just another name on the roster, he would be part of something bigger, something that transcends individualism and celebrates collective excellence. Alabama has more to offer. When it comes to legacy and excellence in college football, the Alabama Crimson Tide isn't just a program, it's an institution. And when you add young talent like Kalen Russell to the mix, it's clear that this tradition of greatness is far from over. The Tide's rookie quarterback just received an award that only reinforces what many already suspected: he's a rising phenom ready to make his mark in Tuscaloosa. Kalen Russell was honored Friday as the 2024 Maxwell National High School Player of the Year during a ceremony held at the College Football Hall of Fame in Atlanta, Georgia. The recognition isn't just another trophy to adorn a mantelpiece, it's a seal of quality that places Russell among the best high school players of his generation. For those who follow the sport, it's no surprise to see this name alongside other Alabama giants like Derrick Henry and Bryce Young, two icons who were also honored with the same award before shining on the college field and, later, in the NFL. What makes Russell so special? Well, the numbers speak for themselves. During his senior season at Duncanville High School, he led his team to an impressive 13-1 record in the Texas UIL 6A division, one of the most competitive competitions in the country. His passing accuracy was something to behold. He completed 238 of 343 attempts, achieving a completion rate of 66.7%. But that's not all. He accumulated 4,177 passing yards, threw 55 touchdowns, and also showed off his running prowess, totaling 321 yards and 3 scores on the ground. Those numbers aren't just good, they're insanely dominant, especially for a high school player. But Russell doesn't stand out just for the numbers. He has that intangible quality that separates good players from great leaders. His ability to make decisions under pressure, his vision on the field, and his ability to motivate his teammates are traits that make him a complete quarterback. It's no wonder he was recognized as the Elite 11 MVP and received the prestigious Gatorade National Player of the Year title for Texas football for the 2024-25 season. Awards like these aren't given to just anyone, they're reserved for those who truly change the game. By joining Derrick Henry and Bryce Young as the third Alabama player to win the Maxwell National High School Player of the Year award, Russell joins an extremely select group. It's an elite club, comprised of athletes who have not only won at the collegiate level, but have also raised the bar for excellence within the Tide program. And looking ahead, it's hard not to envision Russell following in the same successful footsteps that his predecessors have blazed. Alabama head coach Kalen DeBoer must be smiling when he sees a talent like Russell in a Tide uniform. Since taking over the program, DeBoer has demonstrated a unique ability to mold quarterbacks into leaders capable of guiding teams to the top. With Russell, he has a diamond in the rough, ready to be polished. The combination of the player's potential and the coaching expertise could result in something truly special in the years to come. It's important to remember that Alabama is not just a team, it's a well-oiled machine, with each piece playing its role. And with Russell leading the offense, expectations are high. He comes to the program at a crucial time, as the Tide seek to regain absolute dominance on the national stage. His versatile style of play, capable of commanding respect both in the air and on the ground, provides endless tactical possibilities for DeBoer to explore. That, combined with Alabama's winning culture, creates the perfect environment for Russell to reach new heights. Of course, the road ahead won't be easy. The level of competition in college football is relentless, and Russell will have to prove himself against defenses eager to test his skills. But if there's one thing Alabama does better than any other program, it's preparing its players to face challenges like this. The program's infrastructure, academic support, and winning mentality are tools that ensure athletes like Russell have everything they need to thrive. As the college football world watches Kalen Russell's next steps, one thing is certain: he's already arrived at Alabama with an impressive resume and an accolade that few can match. Now, can he step into Ty Simpson's shoes? Let me hear your thoughts.